Big Dad says at the end of the day, I trust Shanahan. If he is right, we can get some championships. If he's not, then he's in serious trouble. Fields or Wilson or whoever. Look, Big Dez, I'm with you, man. This dude has been waiting to make a decision for 4 years. Yes. Great, dude. Hey, ride or die with this decision. If it works, you're the freaking man. If not, go coach another team, man. But I'm glad that you went out and put yourself out there on a limb.
He said what almost every 49er fan has said since this trade has been made, which is, hey, there's one guy that I don't want, whoever that is, but honestly, I'm going to trust Kyle because Kyle's making this decision and he's going after the guy he wants. So we've got automatic assumption that we should just trust Kyle. Well, I'm here to tell you that if Kinlaw doesn't pan out, he's failed on 60% of his first-round picks. If he does pan out, he's 50-50. So the fact, again, that we are trading all the way up and trading all of those assets, it reminds me a lot. I'm also a Portland Trailblazer fan. It reminds me of a lot of when we had a choice between Odin and Durant. And the consensus number one was Odin, and that's the route that we took. But we would have been better off having the number 2 pick because Durant would have fallen in our lap. Right at 3, we don't have the pick. Right? So the first 2 quarterbacks are most likely going to be off the board, and now we have to choose between Fields, Lance, and Mac Jones. I'll tell you what, I would have rather chosen round 2 between Trask, Mills, and Mond. That's a heck of a lot easier decision, in my opinion. So can he get it right? Yes. Is he going to go get the guy he wants? Absolutely. Should we trust him? I mean, 60% wrong at this point. So I can't say that we should.
He's the guy that thought C.J. Beathard was a 3rd-round pick. No one else in the NFL agreed with him on that. That was Kyle. Kyle's the one who ran Colin Kaepernick out of town and replaced him with Brian Hoyer. That was Kyle. I mean, how good is his decision-making? I think it's one of his bigger weaknesses. He's an attention-to-detail guy. That's the opposite of a decision-maker. Decision-makers see the big picture. They don't get lost in the details. Kyle is lost. He's in love with the details. He makes love to the details. And that's why his plays are so intricate and so studied. That's great, dude. But, dude, making decisions, I don't know what he just talks himself into the wrong thing consistently. This is the dude who traded up for Dante Pettis, who traded up for CJ, Joe Williams. It's not this that he likes it. He trades up for them. He drafted Solomon Thomas. I mean, he may get it right, but I don't think there's anything in his track record. Look at the trades the Niners have made. What's the best trade the Niners? The Niners lose trades for a living. That's what they do.
Yeah.
It worked out in the short term, maybe.
Yeah. Well, I will say this. So 2 things that stood out to me from his press conference. One, to your point, he's a cerebral guy. I forget what he compared to it, but he's like, well, it's kind of like drawing up the perfect play. Like, okay, Kyle, like you're an offensive coordinator. That's fantastic. But the other thing is, and this worries me, as much as I said Mac Jones is the wrong guy, I felt like Mac Jones probably was the guy that he wanted. But now that everybody's telling him that he can only work with guys like Kirk Cousins and Mac Jones, he's going to be like, you know what? I'll prove you wrong. I'm going to take the most athletic dude that's not polished, and I'm going to run with him and make it work just because I want to prove everybody wrong and my ego is that big. Like, that concerns me.
I hadn't thought of that. That's a good point. That's a really good point. Khalil says, what do you think the biggest weakness for the 3 QBs we can get feels? Inexperience. Inexperience. And it scares the hell out of me. It's because Joe Burrow had a season and a half. Kyler Murray had a season. I mean, Josh Allen had 2. So now everyone's like, well, experience doesn't matter anymore. Those are the exceptions. Look around the starting quarterbacks in the league and look at their college numbers and notice how experience. Look at Russell Wilson, dude. Russell Wilson played 4. I mean, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. Sherm Nuff says, why I don't even know. That's a good question. Sorry. I don't know, man. Mon, please, future all-pro. Hey, man, now you're just preaching to the choir. Stop saying stuff I like to hear. Brett says, I love Kyle, but he has serious QB eval blind spots.
Yeah,
he's not a good scout. I'm sorry. How can you be good at everything? I know you want to be good at everything, but you're good at one thing, Kyle. I'm not a good scout. I'm a pretty good scout. I'm a pretty good scout.
Better than Kyle is.
No, I'm quality control. All right. That's one thing. I try to branch off, but I'm just so good at, you can't expect me to be equally. All right.
Not
Okay.
gambling, I'll tell you that.
But dude, I was so over that stuff. I was like, well, I came in like this is gonna be really fun, you know?
No. And
No,
it's $100, but it feels like
sucks.
$1 million when you lose
It does feel like $1 million. And they gave that look like, well, you thought you were gonna get us, right? No, I didn't really think I was gonna get you.